from people using the phones at the jail. Is that correct?
Yes.
It just seems like it just seems over the years I've had to deal with this when people call you from the jail, call their mothers or dads or whatever, that they charge them, and of course it goes to their parents or their relatives or whoever they're calling. And with cell phones now, I don't think they can even call people on cell phones. But I'd like to have this global Tel-Link come to my office and meet with me. I'd like to talk to them about how this works, because I see this as a real problem and a real barrier for people who are incarcerated, rightly or wrongly, being able to communicate with their family. Thank you.
Item has been tagged. Vice Mayor Pro Tem Davis, do you want to ask him to hold his tag for a moment?
Yeah, may comment. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. And thank you, Councilmember. I want to meet with you as well, because I know over in, I know they've done wrong. Many of them have done wrong, but the burden is on the parents. And so when you have Ms. Johnson raising a grandson, and she's having to incur this extra expense if there's an extra cost, because I think the county, they may be doing something whereas they're charging people more, and all over the country, we're charging less for telecommunications. And so I don't understand why we'd have this, if in fact this contract would have more of a burden, more of a charge to, I'm going to quite say it, just come out and say it, it's going to be some of my constituents in District B. You look at the stats and the data. And so I don't think that we should have to burden, again, the grandmothers and the families more by paying a large phone bill, if you will. So I don't know that much about it, but again, I would love to sit down and meet with you. Thank you, Mayor.
Council members, of course, once we close the city jail, it'll be a county issue. This actually does apply to our own jail, and I would, absent advice otherwise, I think it's a policy issue. Do you think that prisoners should pay for it, or do you think this should be a benefit provided by the city of Houston? It comes down to that. I think this is a revenue contract. Well, I know it's a revenue contract. Let me determine whether it's a break-even revenue contract or it is
Yes, ma'am.
a true revenue contract. And the item has been tagged. Council Members Kubosh and Davis. Mayor Pro Tem Gonzalez.
Thank you, Mayor. I was just going to add, and I think those are good questions and concerns. This equipment already is owned by the city, and it's going to be phased out within the next 2 years. And in addition to the phone stuff, it also provides the closed circuit surveillance photos where they're coming into the jail that need to be taken. That's required. So it also allows for those photo images to be taken when they come in. And then it's an automated coinless software system that also facilitates the collect calls, both local and if then you call somebody long distance as well, a relative or someone. So it's more than just the phone stuff. It also has a surveillance.
Thank you, Councilmember. And we looked it up. It's the actual net to the city is $22,000 a year, roughly. So yes, it could be structured as a break-even item, but I'll make sure you have a follow-up. Councilmember Kubosh, you have further questions?
This is a perfect time for me to tell the council and inform you of what happens when somebody's arrested. When they're arrested, their phone and property is taken from them. And sitting here right now, I can probably remember 3 phone numbers or 4, and I don't even know my mama's number. And so what I'm telling you is that when somebody is arrested and they don't have access to their phone, I've talked to the sheriff's department about it, and the new sheriff is giving them some numbers out of their phone system because people are trapped. They don't, and they can't call collect. I don't know anybody that receives collect calls on their cell phone, and I don't know anybody that can remember over 3 or 4 phone numbers. So it's a real problem when people get arrested, and I just want to make you aware of that. Thank you.
Councilmember Kubosh, it is a problem, and we're working on that, and actually my office, and it's through the Criminal Justice Coordinating Council, on which we serve, which is primarily a county judge or county judicial and criminal function. But we are working to make a new protocol where you're allowed access you can ask for phone numbers from your phone before it's bagged and taken away from you, to address that issue specifically. Councilmember Nguyen.
Thank you, Mayor. May I ask if we can get some briefing on this so we can get some more information?
Yes, sir. We'll, anything that we put forward, we'll put it forward to all council members, and I'll add you to the tag list for our meeting. Councilmember Boykins?
Mayor, thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Councilmember Kubosh, for that clarity, because I think by the grace of God, I haven't been arrested, and I just want to, I don't know that process, but I do know
We
people.
don't understand that, Councilmember.
But I do know I have two police chiefs.
Your colleagues are all over there shaking their head.
We can fix that real quick.
You gotta break the law first. Councilmember, but I really appreciate that, because that's some good information. Mayor, my question is this, did I hear you say correctly that the annual budget, not budget, I guess, receivables been about 22,000 for with the city, roughly? Just give or take.
It's a percentage of gross revenue, yes.
Oh, for the annual, every
Right.
annual year.
And it worked out to about $22,000.
Because it would be nice, and it's not, so it's revenue we're gaining, that's not money we're putting into.
Correct.
Okay, because I was gonna offer up some revenue to try to help, because he's absolutely correct. I've heard that before, when they go to the jails, they confiscate the phones and they're locked. And I think it's represent the people in my district, and these are high-end, like Chief Bradford, who I had to bail out last week, and low-end individuals, who need access, and just to make a phone call, I think would be, a free call will be something that the city should offer to people who make mistakes and wanna, try to get themselves right. So, thank you, I just wanna publicly thank you, Councilmember Kubosh, and I was trying to see if there was a way I can contribute to help some of the individuals with this situation.
Council member, that would not be necessary. Again, this is a policy decision by council. If council wants to structure it in such a way that the city does not make money off of it, it could be revenue neutral, or in fact, it could be a service provided, but that would be a modification that council could make.
Okay, Mayor, I would like to help on that. I think that's a great idea for the citizens.
The item is going to be tagged, and I want to be clear what I discussed. The conversation that's going on in the Criminal Justice Coordinating Committee or Council is to allow access to, 2 or 3 phone numbers before the phone is taken away. Cell phones are a huge problem in jails and prisons. If illicit cell phones are a constant problem, and so we will confiscate phones, but today, in today's world, people do not remember phone numbers because they have that auto dial, and so it has become an increasing problem.
Thank you, Councilman Kubosh.
Item has